Okay, so today is Thursday, November 5th. It is 7:07, and we are opening the Hubbardston Parks Commission meeting. And this is the virtual meeting information I have to read pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12th, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, GL 30A-18, and the governor's March 15th, 2020 order imposing strict limitations on the number of people that may gather in one place. This meeting of the Hubbardston Parks Commission will be conducted via remote participation to the greatest extent possible. Specific information and the general guidelines for remote participation by members of the public and or parties with a right and or requirement to attend this meeting can be found on the Hubbardston website at www.hubbardston.us. No in-person attendance of members of the public will be permitted, but every effort will be made to ensure that the public can adequately access the proceedings in real time via technological means. In the event that we are unable to do so, despite best efforts, we will post on the town's website an audio or video recording, transcript, or other comprehensive record of proceedings as soon as possible after the meeting. And I will make note, this meeting is starting at 7:07. There was misinformation. The meeting was starting at 7, not 7:30 as was posted on the website. We have limited time with this Zoom meeting, but if anyone from the public joins us at 7:30, we will address them at that time. So in attendance is Jay Gerton. You want to?
Jason Gerton. And
Eric Boris.
There you go.
Yes.
Jay.
You froze up, Sam.
Did I lose you guys? Oh, I'm sorry.
Can you? Hey, go.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Gotcha.
All right, so just, I'm sorry, so just check that, just say your name to say that you're at the meeting.
We did.
Oh, you did. Okay. Sorry. Okay, so Dave is not here, and Dave had the minutes from our last meeting, so we will table the minutes to our next meeting to vote on them. So going over the agenda, the first item is closing of the park. The irrigation system has already been blown out. We discussed that at the last meeting. I did not get a hold of Jess Toro, but usually one.
She's frozen again.
Oh, yeah.
It's not me, right? You're good. Yeah, sure.
No, yeah, it's definitely her. Yeah, because you and I are still live.
Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. We had a quorum, now we don't have a quorum. Closing of the park, blew up lines. I don't know the other guys are at. Usually they're here. Oh, well, yeah.
I wonder if it's a bandwidth or, yeah, is server usually pretty good?
What's that?
Does their server usually work pretty well?
For Zoom?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just do it. This is just off the public. You know, you can go make a Zoom meeting, a Zoom account with Google, and just but they only give you 30 or 40 minutes. So usually this is good. I think she just has a bad internet connection over there at her place. The hamsters probably stopped running on the wheel that generates the signal, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. She has no internet. She's texting me.
I don't know.
We can restart the meeting. I might have to. No, it'd be a new link though. People wouldn't be able to get to it. Dang.
Should we leave and restart at 7:30?
We won't be able to use the same link. So if there's a
Oh,
public,
right.
it's the link is put out to the public. So if we do that, it won't be able to. I don't know how you make that work.
Right. Yeah, because it needs to be what's a 48-hour notification, or I'm not sure what the notification window is.
Strange that she has no internet. I have internet. Oh. She's coming in my deck. Hey, Sandra.
Hi, Sanda.
There we go. Now we're unmuted. There you go.
There you go.
Hold on.
Right.
She can't hear.
Here we go.
I gotta do. Can you
I
hear
can
us
get any
now?
of them.
How about now?
There we go.
Yeah, I can hear you guys. Can you hear me?
All right, great.
Dave can join.
We good?
No, we're gonna pretend it's a plastic petition here. I'm not talking to this man. All right, so where were we? Closing the park. We talked about closing the park. So with that, the park should be all set for the winter. And let's see. The next one is the capital plan. Eric, you weren't at the last meeting, but we did discuss the capital plan. I did submit it. That is a 5-year plan that the town looks for every year for. You've been to Concom, so you know what that is when they.
So, Sanda, I'm having a really hard time hearing what you're saying, because before, when Jay he had his I don't know if it's a microphone setting, Jay, or
Where is it?
oh, that's better. I don't know if you have like an ambient room setting or something, because you were talking into your earphone earbuds. Rather.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that sounded a little better.
Yeah, I think it's just where it's located on my computer.
Where is it? Right down there?
Is it any better now?
Yeah, so you kind of have to focus your voice toward wherever the mic is, maybe.
Is that better?
That's a lot better.
Okay, because Eric, no one has ever told me they cannot hear me. That's nice to know. So we were moving on to capital plan. So at the last meeting, we submitted a new capital plan to the town. They would do, I think, by the 21st of October. And all we did was like reprioritize what we had already submitted last year. So we did that. I got that submitted by October 21st.
Are we still meeting with them on?
Yes.
Is it 16th?
I couldn't remember. I had the 16th down, which I think is Monday the 16th of November.
That's the third Monday in November.
Yeah. So, I don't know, that was in our last meeting notes that, I think Dave sent to everyone. I'm not sure, but, the Board of Selectmen wants to meet with every department, and so they asked if we would meet with them on the 16th, all through Zoom. They'll set everything up. So that's kind of why we moved our meeting up, so we could get some things done, that needed to be done now anyways. So next on the agenda is the open space invoice. So open space has submitted an invoice for $1,600. And this is their portion of an appraisal for property that open space is looking to fund through CPA funds. They're going to be putting in an application. And actually, I think they did put in an application, but CPA won't meet until January. And it's for part of an appraisal to purchase Fieldstone Farm, which is located off of Lombard Road. So we will have to take a vote. Someone will have to
Make a motion.
make a motion, thank you, that we approve the $1,600 appraisal submitted by Open Space, and it will be paid out of the Hubbardston Preservation Fund. There's approximately $11,000 in that fund, so there will be plenty of money to cover this. Anyway,
Make a motion that we pay that.
I second the motion.
okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, that'll be great. So I will submit that invoice. Well, today's Thursday. I'll submit it on Monday, so it should get paid next week. And that's a really good project that Open Space is working on with DCR to purchase this beautiful piece of property over on Lombard Road. So, all right, motion is approved. So the next thing on the list is the ice rink. So we just talked last week or last meeting about purchasing this ice rink. We've got CPA funds for it a year ago, and I submitted to everyone an estimate from, I don't remember the guy's name. I'm sorry, I can't talk. I'm thinking of the name of the Swings and Things out of Shrewsbury is actually a local dealer for the nice ice rinks. And so I've been communicating with him through email. He asked what our budget was. I gave him a budget of $2,500. He designed a plan for us, sent it back to us. So that being said, did we vote last meeting about buying that ice rink, right? Because we have the money. We did submit a CPA application a year and a half ago.
I don't know that we voted on. I think that was in between meetings here. The last submission, but we can.
But we can vote on it tonight.
Yeah.
So, well, actually, we have voted on it in the past because that's how we came up with the CPA application. We thought it was a great idea. But I think one of the things we were going to talk about was if we needed more funding than the $2,600 that we applied for CPA funds, if we wanted to take money out of our expense account, because of COVID, we actually have not spent a lot of money out of our account. And we have $1,885 still in there. I am still waiting for a bill to close the irrigation system. That's usually around $250 to $400. But then we'll need about $200 to open the park back up, and what we use money for to open before the next fiscal year is the porta potties, and that runs about $200. So I was going to see if people would want to vote to spend maybe up to $600 or $700 more dollars out of our account if we decide we want this rink to be a little bit bigger, or however we want to configure it. If we want to add kick plates in, because I know those weren't in the original estimate that we got. Right. So do we want to consider maybe spending a little more money to do that?
I think we should include the kick plates because I think it's going to help with the longevity of it. That was one of the things I was worried about. I think kicking the edge of that and kind of a bumper, right? So
yeah, there's bumpers on the top and there's kick plates. There's two separate things.
Well, and the size of it that we kind of had talked about previously was with somewhere around 27 by, we were going a little bit longer. They had told us 32 by 64 was what we could get for our budget, 2,500. If we go down to I was just using a round foot number, 28, and then keep it at 64. That might bring us down enough where we can get the kick plates out of there, because they weren't that much. They were only $21 for each 8-foot section, so a few $100 there, I guess. But we just have to see what was smaller. I mean, we might be able to get it for the same 2,500 is what I'm saying, but if we have to kick in a little bit over the 2,500 to make it happen, I wouldn't want to go any smaller than. I think the 28 by 64 is max was 28 in that one direction, right? And then 64 was plenty. If we can keep it that size, and 64 is kind of what we measured, so that was a good size. Do you agree?
Yeah, I thought that was a good size as well.
So
It seemed like it was
maybe we keep it around there, and whatever we have to kick in out of the money, I would make a motion that we do that.
So why doesn't someone motion like a maximum that we would kick in out of our budget if we decided to add the kick plates, or just if we're going to reconfigure this a little bit, like, so we have 2,600 from CPA. So we could do, let's say, a maximum of $700. That would still leave us, about $800 or $900 for next spring to open up the parks. And to be honest, if we don't spend the money, we give it back to the town. Not that I want to foolishly spend money, but at the same time, I'd like to put money into a rink that we're going to be able to keep for more than 1 year. So is anyone uncomfortable with saying adding $700 to the rink cost if we need it?
Nope. I make a motion that we add that just as provisional.
Yeah, that's like that.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And I do think, like we have discussed, possibly putting it on Charlie Clark Corner instead of at the rec field. So I think we'll just do like an off meeting to measure out, and anyone who can participate can go. It's not going to be an official meeting, but we can go down, walk, and measure, and decide which place we feel would be the best place to put it. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right.
Sounds great.
Okay. And also I will run that through the Board of Selectmen through an email, and I'll go through the fire department too, just to see if they would have any issues with either one of them having issues with it being on Charlie Clark Corner versus the rec field, if we decide that would be like the nice central location to have it. All right. So tree on the common. Obviously we looked at it today. On Sunday, it's going to be trimmed up. We're going to have to put new lights on it, and we would have to vote to reach out to the Greens to see if we can hire their bucket truck again to put new lights on it and repair the lights that are there. I guess someone just needs to make a motion that we do that.
Yeah, make a motion that we commission the bucket truck for the light placement.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And that will also come out of the expense account. And I know last year they charged $75 an hour, and we had the truck there for 2 hours, so that will be about $150.
Quite reasonable.
Yes. Does anyone have? I have one more thing I'm going to talk about under old business, but does anyone have anything else they want to bring up?
Not at this time.
Okay. So, Eric, just to bring you up to speed, so Parks put in a CPA grant last town meeting to replace the playground, to make it ADA compliant. I don't know if you've been down there lately, but pieces of equipment were broken. We had it inspected. And basically they recommended just replacing the whole thing, because you're going to replace this part, and the next year another part's going to go. So they said it's all going to be like a domino effect. So you're better off trying to replace the whole thing. So certainly not ADA compliant at all. So we actually had 3 different companies reach out to us and look at it and go over it. And we did apply for a CPA grant, and the town was very supportive of it, and we got a grant for $200,000 from CPA to replace the swing set, part of the playground. But part of that was that we had to apply for a state park grant. And so Ryan and I worked on the application for the park grant. We submitted it. And unfortunately, yesterday I got the phone call that we did not get the grant. So,
Oh, no.
yeah, that was a bummer. We were really hoping we would have been able to get like up to $75,000 from the state. But they told us that there was a lot of small town grants applied this year, and we did not get it. So, so that's sad news, but the other good news is the town was behind it. We still have $200,000 to replace the playground. So that frees our hands up with the state park grant. If we got that money, we could not have started this project till after July 1st of 2021. But now we can actually start this project. We can start building of it as soon as the thaw comes out in the spring. So we're probably going to have to start working on this maybe in January or February, because we'll have to put out for RFPs and all of that to see who's going to participate in giving us,
Right.
plans and prices and all of that. Although we did have to get some of that information for the CPA application. You have to come up with 3 estimates, and so you have to kind of do some of that work ahead of time. But again, this would be an RFP, and it's going to have to be posted and everything. So we can really start working on this playground probably at the beginning of February. So that'll be exciting. So, does anyone have questions about that at this time?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Another piece of new information is I did reach out to Katie Young today and asked her about if they were going to do a tree lighting celebration in December like they usually do. And she told me they are going to do one live via Facebook. So there's not going to be any real gathering down there. Maybe just a few people are going to be designated to say a speech, what have you. I guess maybe everyone's going to sing virtually. I'm not quite sure how that's going to go. But she said they have not picked a date yet. So it will be good that we get the tree all up and taken care of and lights on it, at least by the end of Thanksgiving weekend. So
Right.
They usually do it like the first weekend or the second weekend in December. Other than that, I have nothing else to add unless someone else does.
I do not.
I'm good.
Okay, so it's exactly 7:30, so I think we should hold on for a few minutes as long as we have this.
We got like 10 minutes.
To see if David joins, we can bring him up to speed, or if anyone from the public joins, because we may end up getting someone from open space who might call in. But other than that, anything else?
No. Eric, heck of a first meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully you understood everything we were talking about.
I did. Yeah. The only thing, the audio is just kind of going in and out a little bit
Oh,
on you guys' end. So I think it's just, it's the way the microphone is set or something. It's because when it has to do with the vocal inflection when you're kind of talking more directly at wherever the mic is. I don't know.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know where the mic is. I lifted the front of the computer, the laptop up to see if it was down there. I'm not really sure where it is.
I think it's kind of right near where the camera is, maybe, because when you're looking right at the camera and talking, it was coming through loud and clear.
Can you hear us now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I thought it was like right.
Yeah, it was like, I don't know.
Hello.
That's actually better now for whatever reason.
Oh, really?
That's pretty on your side.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways. Let's talk. Make Tucker on camera. There's Tucker.
Oh, that's Tucker. Tucker.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, it's busy.
training.
I saw the neighbor down the street, a new dog. You see that? The guy with the little tiny dog. I don't know what's his name. They live on the corner.
Oh, yeah. Seven.
Yeah. They have that little black dog. And today he was walking a beautiful golden like a full-grown one, like maybe they adopted it or rescued it or something like that. Yeah, yeah. So, do you have a dog, Eric?
I do. Yeah, she's being really quiet right now, which is nothing short of amazing.
Oh, good.
I have a German Shepherd, and she's
Yeah.
she's a big baby. She's 8.5, and she sleeps a lot. So,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Very nice.
how about you? The dog too, Sanda?
Yeah, we have a little Shih Tzu. Well,
Oh,
he's
cute.
old. Yeah. Yeah, he's like 13 years old. My daughter is allergic to dander, so we had to go with hypoallergenic dogs. So, yep, he's been around a long time.
Yeah, that's the only problem with my dog is she sheds so much.
And Jay talks about that too.
Yeah. It's been fun.
He sheds a real lot.
Yeah, Tucker's a lab, yellow lab.
Oh yeah, they're another one. Yeah.
This
Great.
time of year, I guess I didn't really remember him shedding so much, but this year he shed a lot during the fall. It's just his coat changes out, but yeah, it's been a lot lately. So I don't know. We got about 6 minutes left. I think
What's that?
we have about 6 minutes left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're only going to give people one more minute because I got 7:34, and we're going to give people 5 minutes to join, which would be 7:35, and then we'll adjourn.
Yeah.
So,
I took the notes so I can write the minutes again.
okay.
Fantastic.
What's that?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And yeah, just let me know what time Sunday morning is good for you, and I'll meet you.
Yeah. You just text me. I don't have any plans, so 6 is not good. 8 is probably okay.
Yeah, 6 I'll hopefully still be sleeping, but I wake up early. It's terrible.
Oh, we do too. We're early people. Then we're in bed by 9. Yeah, I was kind of bummed we didn't get that. That we didn't get that grant. I really felt pretty positive that we would, but yep. Oh well. You know, this is like the third grant over the 20 years I've been on parks that we've applied for. I haven't gotten any of them. I think it might be the makeup of the town.
That's true.
Yeah. Because a lot of the questions have to do with environmental justice. We just don't fall into any of those categories. You know, inner city and all of that. So, but oh well, it was worth a shot.
Yeah, it's disappointing.
Yeah. We're fortunate to be a small town that has CPA though, because that CPA has really done wonders.
That's true. It's very true.
Yeah. And actually, not to talk CPA, but I saw where 9 new communities just voted CPA into their town. So it will do wonders for all those towns too.
All right. So sorry. Time to go.
All right. So meeting is being adjourned at 7:36.
Yeah.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Over now.
Okay.
All right. Good night, you guys.
Thanks. Yeah, nice meeting you. Bye, Eric.
Bye.
Bye. See you soon.
Yep.